Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are continuing on in our series of 5 reasons why the top 20 or so teams in the NBA can win an NBA championship this year. And today we got the LA Clippers, and this team actually has a good shot with Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. They've got 2 really good superstars. Now, they don't really complement each other like some of the other duos in the league. However, they've got a great supporting cast led by Russell Westbrook. Terrence Mann is an up-and-coming young guy that I think he's really the future of the Clippers right now because they have so much talent that is getting up there in age. And then they also got a couple of good rookies with Kobe Brown and Jordan Miller. So we will be talking about all of it and more in today's video. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy at any point. We're trying to hit 10K by the time the season starts. Now let's go ahead and get started looking at the number one reason. Hopefully they'll be at full health. Now it feels like that is a wish or a hope that will never be granted because they both missed 25 plus games last year. Kawhi missed 30 while PG missed 26. And they have played a very, very small portion of the available games or the potential games that they could have played together. Last year, Kawhi put up 23.8 points a game and 6.5 rebounds coming off that ACL tear. So not terrible, but then again, he got hurt once again when it mattered the most in the playoffs, only playing one game, which they did win. 51% from the field, 42% from 3 last year for Kawhi. Very solid season. He also averaged 4 assists per game, like 1.4 steals too. I mean, he's still one of the better players in the league. He's just never healthy. And hopefully, full summer off, he can stay healthy this year. But I mean, the older he gets, the more and more unlikely it looks. PG, same points per game, and then about 6.1 rebounds a night. 46% from the field, 37% from 3 for PG 1-3. Solid numbers from him again last season, 5.1 assists, 1.5 steals. So they basically average the same numbers. And if those guys can stay healthy, I mean, the sky's the limit. Looking at the young core here, number 2 reason, the young guys, they traded for KJ Martin in the offseason. I thought that's a great move to get them younger, more athletic. 12.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and about 2 assists per game. 57% from the field and 32% from 3, as well as 28 minutes a game last year for KJ Martin. Solid year from him. And then you have Terrence Mann, who, like I said, is really the future of this organization with Kawhi, PG, all those guys getting up there in age. 9 points, 3.4 rebounds. So between those two guys, I mean, this is who's guys next. They don't really have any future firsts. Terrence Mann, crazy efficient last year. Shout out to him. But they don't really have any future firsts. These two are the future in the post-Kawhi PG days for the LA Clippers. Days that have been vastly disappointing. Now, they do have a couple of impact rookies, I feel like. Even their second rounder could make a big impact. First up is Kobe Brown, who obviously has an NBA body at 6'8", 250. He can bowl over just about anybody. He is a big dude. Last year at Missouri, while leading them to the NCAA tournament, he put up 16 points a game, 6.4 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game. Pretty solid numbers there. Now, for Jordan Miller, a late second-round pick. He was a steal late in the second round for the Clippers. 6'7", 210, so he's got ideal height length. I think he will be a good perimeter defender in the NBA. At Miami this year, en route to the Final Four, he put up 15.5 points a game, 6.2 rebounds, on 54% shooting from the field. So between these two guys, at least one is going to have a rotation spot. It'll probably be Kobe Brown to start with, but at least one will have a rotation spot, if not 2, by the end of the season. However, this Clippers team is just insanely deep, which is what we're about to talk about, is how deep they are. Maybe neither of those rookies gets to play this year, because this is, as it stands right now, and we'll get into further detail on it later, this is their bench unit with Bones Highland, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, Marcus Morris, and Mason Plumlee. And honestly, this lineup might be able to go toe-to-toe with my Charlotte Hornets, and it's the bench. It's not even the starters. That's sad, but that's the bench unit. And then they got 5 more guys that probably could deserve some PT. Both the rookies we just talked about. Nick Batum still kicking, even though he's like his 15th season, so maybe he doesn't get regular rotation minutes, but every now and then it's a 3-and-D wing to step in. Same thing with Rocco. And then BJ Boston, another young guy here that could be a part of this franchise future plans, or not could be, definitely is a part of this franchise's future plans. They got to continue to develop those guys. Now, reason number 5 is the 3-and-D wings. Obviously, you have your 2 superstars with PG and Kawhi. Those are your 2 guys that the ball is going to revolve around every single possession, but those guys have to have guys to pass it off to. You saw both of those guys average about 5 assists per game last year, and it is because of the elite array of 3-and-D weapons they have around them. All of these guys right here can play defense and can knock down the three ball. Now, the rookies will have a little bit of a time adjusting to, of course, the further three-point distance in the NBA. But all these guys can play defense, can knock down the three ball, and that's not even the bench unit. Okay, that is the secondary bench unit. On the normal bench unit, you got Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, Marcus Morris. I believe all of these guys shoot it at least 39% from three. I could be wrong there. I'm pretty sure Norman Powell is like 41, 42. Terrence Mann, we talked about 39. So all of those guys can shoot the three ball, can play defense. This is a very good Clippers team. And I think the biggest thing, the most important thing is how deep they are, because we know Kawhi and Paul George are going to be missing games. Now, let's take a look at the projected lineup for them next year. Haven't talked about Russell Westbrook at all today. He will be the starting point guard. He averaged like 16, 8, and 8 last year in LA with some of the best efficiency numbers of the recent parts of his career. So very good there for Russ. And then you've got, of course, PG and Kawhi, who we've talked about. Hopefully they can stay healthy. It'd be nice, breath of fresh air, to see them stay healthy for once in their careers in LA. And then you got KJ Martin, another young wing. Like we said, one of their goals this offseason was to get younger, was to get more athletic. KJ Martin checks both of those boxes at 23 and can really jump out of the gym. But he's also like 6'9", 6'10". So a nice power forward, modern day power forward. And then you got Ivica Zubac at the center spot as well. So this is a very good starting lineup. Is it the best in the league? No. But where this Clippers team is going to make their money is their elite depth. You look at the bench unit and look at how deep it is. Bones Highland as your backup point guard. Love that. Yes, he's a flamethrower, but as a backup point guard, he can be really good in this league. Norman Powell, like we said, very efficient guy that can give you 15 a game off the bench, no problem. And then when Kawhi or Paul George is out, he can step into that starting lineup. Same thing with Terrence Mann. He can give you 10 off the bench, no problem, very efficiently. And when Kawhi and Paul George are out, he can step right into that starting lineup. Honestly, well, maybe not anymore about Marcus Morris. I was going to say you could say the same thing about Marcus Morris, but he had a rough playoff series, rough playoff stretch last year for the Clippers. And then I love Mason Plumlee off the bench. I wish the Hornets would have kept him around as the backup center. We decided to go other ways with Nick Richards. But Mason Plumlee is a very good backup center in the modern-day NBA. And then you take a look at the bench 2.0. Okay, you got B.J. Boston. These are all the other guys we were talking about earlier. B.J. Boston, Kobe Brown, Jordan Miller, Nick Batum, Robert Covington. Any of these guys can be inserted right into that bench unit if, say, a Norman Powell, a Terrence Mann, a Marcus Morris has to be inserted into the starting lineups for injuries, and you won't miss a beat off the bench. That is probably my favorite thing about this Clippers team. They honestly go 15 deep. Yes, Nick Batum is a little bit washed up. Yes, he's a little old. 14 deep if you want to say that. Even so, that is 14 guys that can really contribute to an NBA game and not be a weak point. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, though. I think this is a top 4 team in the West. Okay, you got the Suns, Warriors, maybe not. You got Suns, Warriors, Lakers, Kings. There's a lot of teams out west that you're going to have to deal with, most notably the Suns. Obviously the Nuggets, almost forgot about them. How could I forget about them? So you got Suns, Nuggets as the top 2 teams. And then for number 3, it's kind of a battle between the Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, Kings. Mavs are going to be back in the discussion this year. There's probably somebody I'm missing as well. So it's going to be a dogfight out west, but I think the Clippers, with that depth, that gives them the advantage here. So we'll see. Like I said, make sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit 10K by the time the season starts. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.